Is your air or water flowing perfectly in your home? If the answer is no, EDS is yes. Theo here, and for me, EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing is my go-to, and it should be yours too. EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC and plumbing expert. They'll make sure your air and water flow perfectly. EDS is a train comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Go to edsisyes.com. That's edsisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes.
It's Truck Month with the Ford crew.
Sam, do you know what these trucks have in common?
They're all Ford trucks.
And
they're built Ford tough?
Also true, but specifically they're Ford F-Series trucks, the best-selling trucks in America for 48 years.
48 years? We should celebrate a month-long event.
Sam.
A truckload of value.
Sam.
Across the entire lineup of Ford trucks.
Sam.
That's called Truck Month already, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I knew it.
Based on 1977 to 2024 CY Industry reported total sales.
Attention business owners, the next several months are going to be super busy. Why not let us take some of the burden off of you? Get the help you need from Intelligent Office in Palm Beach Gardens. Professional live receptionists to answer, screen, and forward all of your calls to you live. Why do you need a virtual assistant? No high salaries, no holidays or sick pay, no call-outs, no turnover, and no additional equipment. Call 561-472-8400 or visit intelligentoffice.com to learn more how we can help you streamline your day.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
F45 Training in downtown West Palm and Wellington offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. F45 features high-intensity group-style workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven. They always have the right workout for you. The best part is, it takes just 45 minutes. If you're looking to train for something like High Rocks, F45 has you covered with tailored workouts. Get started today with a promo of your first 3 classes for just $30. Visit F45training.com to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 family. F45, team training, life-changing.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
NBA All-Star Weekend is broken, and let me check my notes. Who are they getting to fix it? Norman Powell? Damian, hit the open, man.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is such a delight to be with you here today. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We're outside in the nice spring breeze here at the SoFi Center for TGL Mondays here. It's a President's Day special. 3 matches, 45 holes of golf here at SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. TGL taking off. Currently, we got Atlanta Drive Golf Club versus the Los Angeles Golf Club. And here with me to take in the vibes here in the plaza with the fans is my guy, the one and only C-Cat, not on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. That's Damian today because C-Cat's here in the flesh.
It's an honor and a privilege to be here, Theo.
Well, again, it's not that much of a privilege. You can't even say the damn word, right?
2 days off the air. Sometimes you got to relearn how to talk.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Even though, to be honest with you, it feels like after this, raucous weekend that my wife and I had where just literally last weekend we celebrated the anniversary. So we said, you know what? Valentine's Day weekend, we're going to take it slow. We're going to chill out. We're going to keep it cool. Friday night we'll go out for dinner, but that's it. And then one of my buddies hit me up. He says, yo, I'm in Miami, man. Pull up on us. Come Kiki by the river or whatever. And we want to go to – I said, all right, we'll do that one thing in Miami on Saturday, but that's it. And then one of my homies hit me up too, say, yo, my birthday party Fort Lauderdale tonight, man. Pull up. And I'm like, dang, it's on the way home. So pushing up, we pulled up on that as well. Late Saturday night. Sunday, I get hit up by the homie Tyler Cameron, going home with Tyler Cameron. Again, you can stream that on Prime Video, Going Home with Tyler Cameron. Great home renovation show right here locally. And also, we are on the first episode, my wife and I. Just don't look too heavily. I don't like promoting that show because it shows everybody my house, CK.
That's true. They know where you were sitting when you were watching the game.
Yeah, like.
They say, oh, that's where Theo goes to the bathroom. Oh, wow.
And is that his bed? Oh, that's a nice bed. They got us a new bed on the show.
Bold shower choice, Theo.
Yeah. So don't watch it with a keen eye. Maybe watch episodes 2 through 8. But do support the show because that's the homie. We had a big day party. Tyler Cameron is bringing back day parties in Jupiter here. So we had a big bash out there at the Beacon, a place that we actually did some shows before. That was dope. So it was a very wild weekend. I did a lot of talking, a lot of chatting, a lot of drinking. And we'll continue that here on a TGL Monday because what do you do at TGL when a match starts at 1 and the third match starts at 7? You talk, you drink, you kick it, you watch some golf. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I had a couch potato weekend. My highlights of the weekend were playing one round of golf, which is great, don't get me wrong, and then finding ridiculous on-sale bargain deals on, like, golf attire. I found this new hidden gem store where you're getting, like, 85% off.
Send me that, please. I need to it might be too late to get my golf gear in time for Wednesday.
No, it is not.
Oh, wow.
I'll hook you up after the show because what I do is I am so proud of getting a good deal.
Me too,
like,
man.
that is more important than liking what I actually purchased is getting it for a higher percentage off than anybody else. So what I do is I almost – you ever see a hunter who's like a duck hunter? And after they're done hunting, they'll, like, sit on the bed of their truck and they'll lay out, like, the 15 dead ducks, carcasses. And, like, they take a picture with their gun on the back of the truck. Like, I do that except with, like – discount sweatpants, discount hat, discount polo. Then I spread the receipt over top. Like, yeah, this is today's catch. Like, yeah, mess with me.
So you watched a lot of Duck Dynasty, I'm guessing.
I was thinking more Carson Wentz. That's what I was thinking of. There was a weird, like, dynamic when Carson Wentz was coming up. Yes, because he would hunt a lot and, those PETA, like, they're not fans of that. So, he was famous for doing that. So that's what I do except for bargain hunting. That's what I do.
And to be honest with you, the older you get especially, it becomes more palatable for people to accept this from you. But I have been this way my whole life. I like to brag about how little I paid for a shirt that I'm wearing if somebody compliments it as well. I'm more proud of that than the look. Like earlier when the lady told me, I love your shirt, when we were walking in here to SoFi Center, I told her it was my favorite shirt. I kind of want to let her know you only got it for $35. Like, it's a good shirt for $35.
Yeah, because there's also a different line of thinking. I think for a lot of people, they take pride in telling them how much they paid for it.
Right.
For different people, it's like, it's Versace or limited edition or Gucci. Like, they like insinuating how much they paid for it versus me. And it sounds like you. Yeah. It feels better to tell them how little you paid for it.
Oh, yeah. That's more of a win. Why would I be, like, celebrating being a consumer?
Exactly.
Hey, I gave more money to this organization for something that is definitely not worth it in value when you think about what it cost them to make it. Like, I'm not happy about that ever.
Yeah, I sacrificed so much to look this good.
Yeah.
So thank you for noticing versus, hey, I'm smart enough to look this good and not sacrifice this much to look this good.
I'm that guy. I'm that guy right now. I'm winning on both ends. You love the shirt and you love the cost I got it for. You know who's feels like they're losing on all ends right now, but I think it's a major overreaction?
Who?
It's the NBA superstars. It's the NBA fans, man. It's everybody around the NBA atmosphere who, once again, after an all-star weekend, instead of trying to find and pick and choose the few bright spots that we did have of entertainment that came out of the Bay, everybody's doing that natural annual tradition of complaining, of finding a reason why they hated it, of finding a reason why we need to reform it again. And as we keep CCAT looking for fixes, I always try and keep a keen ear out for people that are actually genuinely looking for good, positive change, and then people who just want to hear their concerns be voiced. And I took a lot of it seriously this year. There are some real things I didn't like players lashed out about how the All-Star game itself, there was all these intermissions in between, and the entertainment wasn't that fun, and playing and stopping in this new format that they have on Sunday. It isn't conducive to like a competitive basketball game. I get that. What I won't stand for is anybody complaining about All-Star Weekend because LeBron James pulled out 3 hours before the game and you weren't able to watch Norman freaking Powell. Norman Powell. And again, you probably don't even know who the hell Norman Powell is. See, he sounds like a golfer.
I do not know who Norman Powell is.
Norman Powell he's been a journeyman in the NBA, started off with the Raptors. It's funny because before he got in, he was one of those guys that had a second-round pick, a very unheralded journey into the NBA. One of my buddies from Hampton and even from Houston back in the day, we call him Big Mike, he, I think, said Norman Powell was his godbrother or something. And the funny thing is, again, when he told me that, I was like, who the hell is Norman Powell? And I had to look it up. So I had to become aware of Norman Powell so I can act impressed that this is his godbrother, literally because he had that little of a name. He's now 31 years old. He's like a guard forward in the league. And he's averaging like 23 for the Clippers. And for some reason, everybody's mad at LeBron because he didn't let Norman Powell play in the All-Star game.
I'm with you the most part of this argument, but counterpoint.
Yeah.
Being an All-Star will mean much more to Norman Powell than it will LeBron James. And you're seeing how he approached the weekend. That's all the evidence you need.
Yeah, it means nothing at all to LeBron James.
It means nothing at all to some of the snubs that were not. Like Trae Young being snubbed, obviously he got in eventually, but like that didn't really do much for him.
I'll say the quiet part out loud. And this is what people need to remember when you're talking about anything LeBron James oriented. He did that strategically. Obviously, he knew he wasn't going to play in the All-Star game probably since the last NBA game he played in with the Lakers. I think he's been off for like 3 or 4 days anyways, leading up until Sunday. LeBron didn't do that to keep Norman Powell out or the other All-Star snubs, because there were bigger names and better players than Norman Powell who got snubbed. Domas Sabonis with the Kings, who's averaging a double-double and is one of the most prolific bigs in the game right now. LaMelo Ball, who won the All-Star Game fan vote. You know who LaMelo Ball is.
Of course.
He's entertaining, too. Like, that would have been a good guy to have at All-Star Weekend. I believe there was another guy as well that people were kind of pining for. Tyrese Maxey, Sixers guard. Electric. So these are the kind of people that actually were snubbed in a big way. But LeBron is all about the LeBron brand. He's all about the imagery of LeBron. And I do really think he just wanted to be able to take that picture, that All-Star Weekend picture with the team, and have a story to tell behind why he was in street clothes. Did you see the picture?
I did. He ruined the picture.
He absolutely ruined it. But
all of these studs, these names that have made this generation of the NBA in the same uniform, and then LeBron in street clothes.
He wanted to stand out. He wanted to have a backstory. He wanted to make it. The NBA is so beholden to LeBron James, and it shows by the way that he got his son drafted and got him a 4-year guaranteed contract. It shows in the way that they bend over backwards to fix rules or situations around his needs. It shows in the way that every single franchise he goes to, he gets to dictate the terms. He gets to get his buddy signed. He gets to literally dictate who you draft. Like if you think about the Miami Heat, while you don't even make a commitment to that organization and you leave anyways, thank you a lot for Shabazz Napier. Didn't work out, LeBron, but he's earned it. LeBron James has earned it. And he is the kind of athlete that you do cater your league towards. I do think, though, now that he's at the back end of his career and he's thinking about that documentary and he's thinking about how can I continue to leverage this into content that I can own and sell and all of that, All-Star Weekend for him was just another data point in the long line of this is going to be the LeBron James story. And I do think it hurts to not get a Sabonis in there or a LaMelo Ball in there or whatnot, but that's not the problem with All-Star Weekend. He didn't ruin it for anybody.
Yeah, I feel like people get very nostalgic, and the reason why the NBA gets a lot of NBA All-Star Weekend hate, vitriol coming towards the players or whoever the powers that be, whoever the person is to blame that night, which is almost like a lot of the hate was towards the players going into both the dunk contest, going into the skills competition, and during the skills competition with Chris Paul.
Woo! See, Kat, we gonna get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm pissed off at the NBA. I'm pissed off at whoever the officials were that made the call. I didn't even watch this live. I saw it on the back end, and I immediately became outraged because how the hell Chris Paul is known for circumventing rules, for finding loopholes. That's his whole career in basketball, and they did it. They executed it perfectly, and they got ridiculed and disqualified for it.
And then more vitriol to the players when LeBron said he didn't want or was not playing in the All-Star game, but once the game started, the vitriol goes towards Adam Silver.
Right.
And the production, which was 4 hours long, and it had about 15 minutes of basketball.
Yes.
Where it's like, people wanted to be angry because they were nostalgic about the NBA All-Star game that was, where there were legitimate storylines from the actual basketball that was being played the night before. We don't have that, so now the topic is let's hate what we saw.
So the reason why, and this is why it's funny to me that NBA players themselves, take a listen to Draymond Green, because there were stars from All-Star Weekend, there were bright spots, there were fun moments. And then there was Draymond Green, who was on the TNT broadcast, was not an all-star clearly, so he had time. And he used pretty much all of his time to ridicule not just the level of NBA play today, but All-Star Weekend. Here's Draymond at the desk with the guys talking about what his issue was with what the All-Star format is right now.
They don't get to etch their name in the history books. It's the reason you get an All-Star, Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP award.
Scale of 1 to 10, your thoughts of the format?
10 being the best?
Yes.
A 0. Sucks. Same basketball.
I just wish you were.
All right, so Draymond Green rating the All-Star Weekend's new format as a 0, saying it's not basketball, is ironic. Because I would ask Draymond and any other NBA player today, LeBron, KD, Steph, I would ask them, well, why do you think Adam Silver and the National Basketball Association got together with the NBA Player Association and came up with this new format? What caused that, Draymond Green?
The need to incentivize it.
Oh, so it's the need to incentivize basketball players to play basketball competitively. And why weren't those players, these all-stars that are so deserving and so heralded, why weren't they playing competitively, Draymond?
They were afraid.
They were afraid, maybe. I think you know what the other side of it is. CCAT, have you ever tried to get a millionaire to do something that doesn't benefit them?
I don't know many millionaires, but I assume it's very difficult.
Like, millionaires are not motivated by the love of the game, you know? Like, millionaires don't become millionaires because they're just so gracious with their time.
Evan Cohen didn't help me bring the suitcase out to the car today.
No, he didn't.
He did not.
I did. I got your suitcase. Hopefully, I hope you get it right here at the SoFi Center. Guess what? Because I'm not a damn millionaire. When I do become a millionaire, guess what, C-Cat? Carry your own damn luggage.
Okay.
You can't motivate millionaires with the love of the game, with this is good for the sport, it's good for the brand. People, like, they give all this credit to, like, Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and even, like, the T-Macs of the world and the Kobes of the world. I'll pump the brakes with Kobe. Kobe didn't need All-Star Weekend to help lift his brand and to help sell more shoes. He's a maniac.
So, wired differently.
Yeah, he's wired in that way, and he also was in an era that was close enough in proximity to the era where they actually competed at a high level to where it mattered to him. So let's take Kobe out of the picture and say, well, he needed to continue to promote himself so he can have Jordan brand and he can sell these Jordan shoes and people could be more enamored with the man who is Michael Jordan. Because guess what? His NBA contracts, I want to say somebody did a story recently where Michael Jordan's career earnings, right, like how much the greatest player to ever have played basketball made in his total career, which spanned a couple of different generations and a lot of years, is like, I think, less than a third of what, like, I forget who the guy was, not Kevin Durant, James Harden. If you look at James Harden's career earnings versus Michael Jordan, two shooting guards, two totally different impacts on the game, one of them getting super contract, mega extension after the other, like, it's harder to get James Harden to wake up for a regular season game, let alone an exhibition in the Bay that has no ramifications on your playoffs and whatnot, versus Michael Jordan, who is like, hey, Nike's knocking on his door. Yo, you show out, you do this dunk contest, you win it, you get on that stage and you impress people, you see more money in endorsements off the court, which is where you're making most of your money anyways. You can't motivate millionaires for the love of the game. You have to find a financial reason to incentivize them, and there is none. All-Star Weekend ain't getting fixed. They're not going to get competitive out of nowhere. They're only going to complain more about you making them do stuff they don't want to do.
It is remarkable because if you were to just do the normal logical addition to this, where we know the NBA is a star-driven sport. So what happens when you take the biggest and the best stars, you put them on one court?
Oh, yeah.
You might see the biggest and best basketball these eyes have ever seen. And it simply can't be any more further from the truth when the reality happens. So that's why the NBA's hands were forced. Like, if you're not going to try, no one's going to watch, why are we going to do this again? And it's not the literal definition of insanity, but it's insane to keep on trotting the players out there and doing the old school all-star game format.
Yeah, you have to do something new. They had to try and change it, and I do believe that their changes kind of worked a bit. Like, I saw some competitive ball being played to an extent in some of those early matches. You're never going to get them to go full throttle because there's not enough on the line. But I did see some competitiveness, some defense. There was a lot of block shots, which they kept on pointing out on TNT. So I don't want to get too into the intricacies of what the basketball looked like over the weekend, but I do want to do this. I want to help people realize where we've lost the plot here. Number one, NBA All-Star Weekend still king over any other All-Star Weekend, week, game, festivities in all of the pro sports. I know NHL, people like it. Ain't nobody watching that crap. I know that the NFL, nobody cares about the Pro Bowl. And it's funny. It's true. You look at the Pro Bowl for the NFL, I don't even remember what happened throughout that. I know there was a skills competition. Apparently, Sam Darnold lighted it up. He lit it up. And then for Major League Baseball, the home run derby hasn't had juice for like the past decade in a way in which it used to matter. And All-Star Game, when did they stop giving the home field advantage to the winning team in the All-Star Game?
It's been about a decade now.
Yeah. So that whole thing is shaken up, and there's less juice around that as well. I still think that NBA All-Star Weekend does a great job of bringing the stars out, of having the parties around the city and really doing a takeover of the area that they bring All-Star Weekend to. It's still an event. It's still something that people want to be around and be involved in. And on top of that, if you look at it for what it is, C-Cat, and this is what it is to me, it's just fun. It's just fun. Some slight entertainment. Then maybe we stop putting so much pressure around the product being better on the court.
I would push pause. The NHL changed something this year. The Four Nations, I took Jonathan Zaslow's advice, and I watched it, and he's 100% right. Most All-Star games are less important and less of a draw to a casual sports fan than their favorite team's games or a playoff game. For me, watching the Four Nations was better than watching any regular season game, whether it be my favorite team, the Washington Capitals, whether it be a big game versus the number 1 and the 2 seed in the East or the West. No. This was different, and it was great. And it crapped all over what the NBA did this weekend.
You know what I'll say? That's fair for you to say because I also did not watch a second of that, but I did see some good reviews from it this year. But maybe this is the start of hockey making its All-Star Weekend a greater deal. But again, also, it's going to take a lot of catching up to make it as culturally relevant and as like nationally relevant as what the NBA has still on All-Star Weekend.
I don't know. You're starting from such a head start when you incorporate patriotism and country pride, whether it be the Finland or the Canada or the U.S., you start so much higher. You have a head start when you get people to care because generally Canadians like Canada. Finlanders, the Finnish. Right?
The Finnish. Yeah, the Finnish. I love that. That's a really good nickname, the Finnish.
The Finns?
I think it's the Finnish.
The Finnish? The Finnish like the Finns. I think it's easier to get people to watch a sporting event when you have that prior biases and built-in rooting interests, and the product was good. So
it'll never reach NBA All-Star Weekend. I ain't going to lie to you, bro.
On Thursday, watch it.
I will. I'll watch it. I'll give it a look. I'm just telling it's never going to reach NBA All-Star Weekend.
And it was a boost because of the current political conflict between Canada and the U.S., so that was kind of built in, ruined the anthem that kind of gave people to care even more than they normally would have, like a World Baseball Classic. So maybe it has legs past this year, maybe it actually doesn't, and we're kind of prisoner of the moment. But we'll see.
Speaking of legs, that's another reason why NBA All-Star Weekend you're never going to touch the cultural relevance of NBA All-Star Weekend. If you don't know what I mean by that insinuation, you haven't been to an All-Star Weekend. 888-760-3776.
I haven't. What are you talking about?
888-760-3776. Have you been to an All-Star Weekend?
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Can you tell me? Can you share the secret?
Oh, what am I talking about? A lot of ladies. A lot of ladies out there. A lot of people trying to catch some residuals out there because of all of the celebrities and All-Stars and big names that come to town for All-Star Weekend. It's like Groupieville around there. And outside of the lore of the actual NBA players, there's a lot of like partying and stuff. Like it's a fun time to actually go to an All-Star Weekend. It's just less fun to watch on TV these days.
Okay.
I don't know if the NHL ever gets that.
Probably not. I was completely lost by your insinuation there.
You really didn't know that. Yeah, like the major parties are thrown. And a lot of them very exclusive and stuff. You have to kind of have some in-the-know stuff. It's similar to like a Super Bowl week.
Yeah, but these All-Star things, they're more TV products now more than ever, aren't they? So if you can translate that to the television, then it does nothing for me.
You're right. You're right. I mean, for you. But I'm just telling you, for the masses, still All-Star Weekend in the NBA is ahead of the bunch. Like Pro Bowl, who the hell cares about what's going on around the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, that's a lost
hockey?
cause because, like, the best Pro Bowl ever, no one can give you something.
No.
Like, it just doesn't exist.
I just remember the Sean Taylor hit on, who's the punter? Norman or something like that? The Bills punter?
Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we actually have an example of an All-Star game in the NBA being good. So that's why we can fight. And right now it's so bad.
Yeah.
Baseball, there were previous All-Star games that might be more memorable. The Ichiro inside the park home run, Jeter winning the MVP. Like, things like that happened in a game that went to 15 innings.
Yeah.
And it's not as good maybe than it was before, but it's not as much of a drop-off as of 20 years ago than it is now. The NBA, there is a drop-off.
We saw a very prevalent drop-off in the competition in the NBA, and that's what Jalen in our YouTube chat here has been saying. He said the level of competition is what people are looking for. You're right, Jalen. People are looking for the level of competition. It started teetering off when people didn't have to be competitive anymore because their brands became bigger than what All-Star Weekend can help them,
that's true,
proliferate it into. You can't motivate a millionaire for the love of the game.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Their bodies are too valuable because if you injure yourself, what good did that do you? And also, your brand is too big for you to need one little weekend under the sun. It's just not going to happen. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline as we're out here at TGL's SoFi Center in Palm Beach Gardens. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Tap into the show. How would you fix NBA All-Star Weekend? What is your one thing you would tweak to help create a product that people could actually enjoy? My fix, CCAT, is for us as a viewing public and even the NBA players as a whole to come together and agree. It's for fun. It's entertainment. If we could all collectively change our perspective on what All-Star Weekend is supposed to be, then I think that we appreciate it more. But since we all want it to be these other greater things that we used to see in the past, that we used to need, now we're reaching and grasping for straws that we're never going to get. 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Let me know what you think. Is joint pain affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge technologies, especially with orthopedic foot and ankle, joint replacement, and spine and sports medicine care. So visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County, right through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. CCAT, as they're looking for change in the positive direction here for All-Star Weekend, you became the change you wanted to see right here with TGL.
Yes.
You the man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, from night one at TGL, I think everyone kind of agreed this hammer, it's great, and we love when the hammer happens. It's one of the most exhilarating moments of the TGL when you double what a hole is worth.
Yeah.
When you double what a hole is worth, the stakes are raised. You're pushing all your chips in, and the crowd gets amped. They have the hammer flag waved in the crowd for a reason.
Yeah.
Exactly. And on Valentine's Day, TGL gave us a little bit of a treat on Valentine's Day.
That's right. And I think we need to tell the story behind, number one, how you were at least a small piece of the puzzle in getting this change. Don't doubt yourself, CCAT. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but then also we'll let you tell people the new rules about the hammer on the other side as well. So what are you saying there?
I do have something else to tease because I have a way to fix the All-Star game.
You do?
The NBA All-Star game,
Okay,
yes.
perfect. So we have a fix to the All-Star game, which we're still taking your calls on the Baptist Health Hotline. Hit us up, 888-760-3776. Again, that's 888-760-3776. Or hop on YouTube at ESPN West Palm and drop your fix to the All-Star game in the chat so we can address that. And how CCAT changed the hammer rule in TGL. All of that and more on the other side. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on the road at the SoFi Center on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
This is ESPN 1063, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 1063, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi. This is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Breaking news on ESPN 1063 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 1063 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 1063 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 1063 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round in the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Not all compliments are actually complimentary. I'll put it that way. And a lot of times to tell if a phrase, if a comment, hell, maybe it's a message on a social media website. A lot of times to tell whether or not it is an actual compliment to yourself, it's generally about the tone. It's about the delivery of said compliment, not always necessarily the words. You also got to consider the messenger, and I think CCAT, you found yourself in a situation where you're still trying to, puzzle and figure out whether or not something you heard on the golf course was favorable for you. We'll get into that in a second here. But first, I do want to tell you, speaking of golf courses, about South Florida's one and only PGA Tour event, which returns to the Champion Course at PGA National in less than 2 weeks. We're talking 9 days here. February 26th Through March 2nd, the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches will deliver a best-in-class on-site experience featuring a variety of fan amenities alongside the premier competition. So kids 15 and under are admitted free with a ticketed adult. And then also, the event being right around the corner means you should probably get yourself ticketed as the adult. Get yourself some tickets today, right? TheCognizantClassic.com, that's where you can get your tickets. Bear Trap tickets still available for Thursday and Sunday. They're done for Friday, Saturday. Those things go quick. And, as the days go by, I don't think there's going to be any left for Thursday and Sunday as well, so make sure you tap in soon. Yellow Flamingo Club, that's the VIP. That's where you'll find me and C. Kat, Kat, you see how I did that? C that was you.
Okay.
You'll find us there at the Cognizant Classic. So, again, PGA National in Palm Beach Gardens, February 26th through March 2nd. Get your tickets today at thecognizantclassic.com and come kick it with us. Come party with the good people. C-Cat, you aren't you don't consider yourself a super big, like, fashionable guy, but I think you dress nicely, though.
Thank you. You know, again, I talked about it before the show, or at the beginning of the show, about how I'm a bargain shopper.
Yeah.
So, especially this past year, I've grown an affinity for the Hawaiian shirts. So I kind of have a cookie-cutter wardrobe, which is a combination of a Hawaiian shirt, shorts, or jogger pants. That's kind of what it is, and a hat.
How many hats do you have?
Ooh, the numbers have gone up. I've amassed about an extra 7 or 8 hats in the past month.
Right.
Just from Fortune, people giving them
Working
to
in
me.
this industry, you get a lot of hats.
Yeah, the Padel Club, I got a hat from them a couple of weeks ago. That was very nice. And I went bargain shopping. The hat I'm wearing right now, I got on sale for, guess the price real quick. Brand new hat.
That's a good-looking hat, too. If you're looking on our YouTube chat, you can see the hat is pristine. It's got a big P on the front. Not sure what that stands for.
Puma.
Puma, okay, nice. You got a Puma hat. Big shout out to Puma and the fellas. I mean, I'm sure they could use our plugs here on Theoretically Speaking. I'd say $25.
Psh, not even half that.
Really?
It was a $9 hat.
Wow.
$9 hat.
That's pretty good.
So, I've amassed a lot of hats.
You're good.
But I broke out a new combination of golf polo, golf shorts, golf floppy hat, like a big, almost like a safari hat when I played golf on Saturday. And I was kind of happy with it.
Okay, what did it look like? What's the shirt, shorts, and the hat situation? Was there a color theme there?
Not necessarily.
Just like a bland, just a three-piece, though.
Well, the shirt was flashy.
Yeah.
The shirt was very flashy.
Flashy golf shirt.
It was a white base, but the pattern on it, if you're far away, it looks like almost like yellow dots, very small ones. But if you look closer, it's yellow margarita glasses.
Oh, nice.
Just a bunch, and it turns into a pattern, and the collar is like a lighter kind of blue. Think of a Honolulu blue, the blue that you see the Lions wear.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah.
A blue collar like that. And then a big white floppy Titleist hat, new golf belt, not Titleist, TaylorMade hat.
Okay.
Golf belt that was
Changes
braided in white, blue pants.
Shirt tucked?
Blue, absolutely.
Gotta
Come
have a
on, I
shirt
got to
tucked.
respect the game. Blue shorts, rather, with little palm trees on them and
Nice.
golf club. And then white shoes. That was that's what I was wearing.
That's a good golf fit, though.
Yeah.
That's a standard golf fit. Also, to be honest with you, it is much more well-kept than a lot of golf fits you'll see guys like just parading through Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast with these days anyway.
Especially where I can afford to play.
Yeah.
Like, listen, I'm not paying $100 a tee time. We'll put it that way.
Well,
I'm bargain golfing.
Muni courses.
Exactly. People that just get out there and hack away, shoot around 100. I'm falling in with that crowd, so I'm kind of sticking out. I'm looking pretty good, or so I thought. Because while I'm setting my bag down and waiting to get my golf cart as I arrive to this golf course, this public golf course, 2 younger men cruise on by.
How old do you think?
College aged. Okay. Had to be between the ages of 19 and 22.
Okay.
Younger than me for sure, both in the way they looked, in the way they carried themselves, and the dialect of which they used.
Okay.
They cruise up to me. I'm solo. The people I'm going to play golf with that day, nowhere to be found. So I'm a lone wolf. Little socially awkward. I'm not chopping it up. You know, I'm not being the glue guy in the room. I'm kind of the fly in the wall outside, setting my bag down. I look up. They cruise on by very slow, maybe like 1 or 2 miles per hour.
Oh, so they're cruising by. Or they're looking at you as they cruise by.
They're cruising to slowing down when they get to me. So it catches my attention, right? If someone's driving 25 miles per hour past you, but then they slow down and go 5 miles per hour, you think they have something to say.
Exactly.
Or they have something to do or whatnot. The gentleman who's in the right, in the passenger seat, looks at me, goes, "Nice outfit," and they drive past. A little smirk and a chuckle. Nice outfit. Nice outfit? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Maybe he thought you had a nice outfit on. Like maybe he didn't have time to sit and chat with you and go back and forth, but he wanted to compliment you on what we both agreed was an actual nice outfit.
But you don't say nice outfit to a stranger you've never met, never talked to, approached unsolicited. There was no reason for us to talk.
Okay.
You know, we weren't playing golf that day.
They were passing you up because you were waiting on your group to come and play golf.
Yes, he could have said nothing.
Yeah.
And we both would have been much more happier with our days. But he decided to slow down, or told his friend to slow down.
Right.
He wasn't driving.
Oh, my gosh.
So they had a conversation before they were in earshot of me.
Yeah.
Talking about, look at this joke.
Yeah.
Yellow, really? Like they were talking about my, they had to have been talking.
Margarita glasses?
Exactly. Who's this guy think he is? And they decided to chirp me about my outfit because I only took it derogatory.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can take it. Nice outfit. And I'm also not a woman. I think nice outfit, you almost talk to a girl about her outfit.
Yeah. That's true. An outfit, generally when you're a guy, if you are going to compliment another guy on something he's wearing because you like it, you're not going to compliment the whole outfit. No, you're not going to call it an outfit either.
If you're strangers.
Especially not to a stranger.
I think I would say, hey, I like your outfit.
Yeah.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah,
but
I like
even
your
if I
outfit
said nice outfit,
yeah.
if that's the first thing I said when you came into the office, a nice outfit.
And that's it?
That's it? And then we don't talk for another 3 hours?
Yeah.
That's an absolute shot. That's a diss.
What did you say back? What did you do? Were you shocked? You were stunned.
I said thanks.
You said thanks?
Yeah. I was stressed because the people I was meeting to play golf that day were actually running a little bit late. So I said thanks, and I tried to walk past.
Oh no, CK, that is bad.
What does that mean? Did
I have
take it laying
secondhand
down?
Embarrassment. Yes.
What should I have said? Should I have drop the bag and fight him?
They punked you. You either got to give. I would have head nodded. That's it. I'd have gave a head nod. Thank you is accepting the. Obviously, we can both agree this was a satirical. This was more of a sarcastic compliment they dropped on you. Even though you did have a nice outfit on, we can agree that they were being jerks. They're young college kids, probably drinking a few, having a good time. You were a subject of a little bit of a joke there. Mm-hmm. You accepting the compliment, it almost like they shoved you in the locker and you was like, sorry about that, guys. Sorry I got in your way, and then creeped yourself out of it. Like you got punked there.
So what did you said?
I would have gave a head. I would have gave like a little head nod. I would have just gave him one of those, like a silent nod, and almost like a skeptical eye and a nod, like all right. Mm-hmm. That's it.
So you wouldn't have challenged them.
I wouldn't have.
And what about it?
And what about it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Better than yours. So
yeah,
I don't know.
You didn't expect it either, though. That's the difference. They came in with an advantage because you're just trying to golf. You're looking for your team. You're trying to get things together. They're riding by. They know it's about to happen. This is an element of surprise for you.
Absolutely.
So I'm not knocking you for saying thank you. I'm just letting you know that they not only won that interaction, you kind of I
made it worse for myself.
Yeah.
I dug my own grave at the end there. Yeah, it's fair to say. It was tough.
Nice outfit. Nice outfit. I can't
Nice
think of the
outfit.
last time I told somebody just nice outfit. Yeah. And it wasn't sarcastic. It's always sarcastic.
Yeah.
Like, if I like we said, but coming in the SoFi Center here, a young woman said, I like your shirt.
Exactly.
Appreciate that. This is one of my favorite shirts. That was genuine.
If the young man who said nice outfit said instead, a nice shirt.
Nice shirt is cool.
That's great. I say thank you. I actually got it from this store, and I got a big discount on it. Like, that would be a great interaction.
Well, they would have kept driving. You wouldn't have had time to do all of that.
No, I would have held on.
You would have held the back of the car. Hey, well,
Yeah, I would have hopped onto the back like a caddy in the DR. Like, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, nice shirt. Well, wait till you find out how much I paid for it. I guess you're right. I mean,
nice shirt, or I like your shirt, or even if he went, I like your outfit, that still would have been a compliment.
That would have been a compliment. Now, I like your outfit to a stranger as from man to man.
That's being kind. You never know. And so what?
It's too much. I'm not saying it's not wrong. Look, like the Seinfeld episode, not anything wrong with that. I'm just going to take it as you're hitting on me. I'm just going to keep it G. If you are, as another grown man, are walking past me, stop, look, and say, I like your outfit, and keep going. It's a little aggressive.
I guess so.
It's a little aggressive.
It's almost like the Drake and Josh episode where one of Drake Bell's way of hitting on women at the movie theater One of the ways was you compliment her and then you walk away and you don't hit on her.
Yeah.
And then she'll come to you.
Right.
When Josh Peck does this, or Josh Nichols, he goes, "Hey, I like your shoes." He goes, "Thanks." And then he walks away and he gets that girl.
Yeah.
So if a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, I like your outfit," and then walks away, maybe he thinks that I'm going to come crawling back to him. Maybe I'm giving off a certain sort of energy that I was susceptible to that.
And I don't think that's what that was. Nice outfit is a diss. If he said, "I like your outfit," he wanted you to like follow up with him at the clubhouse at the turn and maybe like take you out for drinks sometime.
I think this is a sign. It's a symptom of a bigger societal problem.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with orientation. Nothing to do with any of that.
Nothing wrong with that.
We just got to give more compliments.
Guys do have to give each other more. And I'm great at – I give dudes compliments all the time. I love to do that because I want to share some joy, share some love. If I see somebody got something good going on, I'll let you know. But I would hope it never comes off that way. And also, I think I've mastered the skill in which to do so. I would never say, "I like your outfit." I say, "Hey, bro, I'm rocking with that shirt, bro. That's a tough one."
Okay.
Like, where you get it from?
But if we just normalize complimenting strangers, whatever sex they are, whatever orientation they are of sexual nature, if you just treat everyone the same, it'll all work out if you compliment more people.
Yes, if you compliment more people, we would be a better society. But that's like asking NBA players to go hard at the All-Star weekend with no incentive. The reason why guys compliment girls is because they like girls. They want them to like them.
That's true. Yeah. There's kind of is an end goal there. But if you're complimenting girls with no kind of end goal, you just want to let your appreciation of what they're wearing let known to them because maybe it makes their day better. Or maybe it strikes up a conversation of, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to actually buy that for my girlfriend."
Right.
Like if we make compliments more normal to where there is no ulterior motives, I think we'll be in a much better place of a society.
This is also so like opposite of anything that CCAT has ever stood for on this show. I want people to remember, since we started this is episode 200 of Theoretically Speaking, by the way.
Yeah.
CCAT is the biggest, thank you for the A. CCAT, stuff like that.
That was because I don't have the hockeys in front of me. I would have hit the applause.
Wanted to hit it. You're right. Okay, sorry. Damien, next time I say this is episode 200, can you hit the applause? All right, 3, 2.
I don't think it's going to be hard to find. It's a big page.
This is episode 200 of Theoretically Speaking, man.
Yeah, it's hard to find.
There it is. Yeah. There it is. And throughout this show, 200 episodes through this show, you've been a negative Nancy, a Debbie Downer. Big shout to SNL 50, by the way, Debbie Downer. You've also been a guy that says your role in every room you step into is to humble others. And here you are also pining for people to make compliments more, like, less taboo, I guess?
Yes. You make compliments taboo because I think a problem is people think they are great.
Yeah.
And I think people need to compliment themselves less or promote themselves a little bit less and do it to others.
You know you don't humble people by giving them compliments. That's the opposite. You actually big up their ego.
Maybe I'm finding the reason why I can't enact this is because people's egos are too big already that I'm doing myself a disservice.
I think I know what happened, CCAT.
What?
You're like the Grinch. This is the back end of the story, right? Like, you're like the Grinch. You were the Grinch this whole time. When Tina ran her marathon, you would not compliment her on that. When I come in with a nice shirt or an outfit, you will never say anything about it. When I get a fresh haircut, not only do you not say anything about it, you remind me that I should wear a hat on my haircut day because I should be more humble about it. But instead, now 200 episodes in, Tina and her positivity in the happy hour has gotten to you. Me and my shouting of good people, it started to penetrate you. You're going to pause that. But I think it's creating a second version of CCAT here that's more joyous. You want to spread love, and that's good.
I think I need a vacation from you guys.
This
is too much. I need to get more angry. I need to take a week off and go to like an iron mill and hang out with the fellas. And come back with more satire and more cynical view on the world because I'm getting too wholesome being amongst Tina and Thea.
We're rounding out the edges. We're rounding out the edges here, man. On the other side, we will address finally what the new hammer rules are in TGL. CCAT's going to deliver those to you, as well as we got a big-time get-around, talking a little SNL 50, and something in Philadelphia. I'm not sure what that is. I hope it's not Super Bowl related. This isn't Super Bowl related, but it's championship-level effort, and that's what you get from EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing day in and day out. EDSisyes.com, that's the website. Is air or water flowing perfectly in your home? If the answer is no, EDS is yes, right? EDS is Palm Beach County's trusted AC plumbing and expert. They make sure that your air and water flow are going seamlessly so you can relax in the comfort that you deserve, the comfort that I deserve, the comfort that we share in when we get hooked up with a company like EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They are flexible with their financing options so your budget won't stand in between you and the comfort you deserve. They also have been doing this since 2006 in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, right? Is there a room in your home that's always too hot or maybe it's freezing cold? Are you running out of hot water when you need it most? Remember, man, if the answer is no to the question, is air or water flowing perfectly in your home, then EDS is yes. EDSisyes.com. Call today or visit EDSisyes.com. When comfort matters, EDS is yes. It's hammer time here at TGL. We're outside of SoFi Center. We'll be inside in a few, and we're going to see the new hammer rules up close and personal. But in case you don't understand them, CCAT is going to explain it to you on the other side, as well as a quick update from our TGL match, plus a get-around. And we got to talk about SNL 50, which is such just a iconic thing in our culture, and I hope it continues on. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
The all-new 2025 Range Rover Evoque, where bold design meets refined luxury. Ready to elevate your drive? With 3.9% APR for 60 months, it's the perfect time to make your move. For well-qualified buyers, that means payments as low as $1,837 a month per $1,000 financed. Visit your Land Rover Palm Beach off Okeechobee Boulevard, or head over to LandRoverPalmBeach.com and experience the 2025 Range Rover Evoque today.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
Looking to lose weight without painful injections? Introducing semaglutide oral spray, a
game changer in weight loss, now available at whywait.net. This revolutionary spray delivers the proven power of semaglutide in an easy, needle-free, affordable solution. Get started today. Visit whywait.net to learn more about the semaglutide oral spray and take control of your weight loss journey. That's the letter Y, WEIGHT.net.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Here's Kevin Durant on All-Star Weekend. He says, I think it's more fun to complain about the NBA than to actually watch it. Not wrong. Seems that way. At least people act that way. He also says, crazy. Cancel All-Star Weekend and let's just give everybody a break since we're so miserable around this time. ... This is exactly what I was talking about, C-Cat. There's no incentive that would be worth Kevin Durant's time outside of him just getting a vacation because he has way too much money and he's way too big of a brand.
And this brings me to my point on a way to actually make the All-Star Weekend a feasible product. Why don't we just punish players who don't try in the All-Star game?
How? How do you
Suspend
define not trying? Like, do you do what the Heat did with Jimmy Butler before they traded him? Is like conduct detrimental to the team?
Yeah, Adam Silver says no more Mr. Nice Guy, no more honor system. If we see you not trying and you're not playing defense and you're cherry picking on offense, like you will be suspended games and you will lose game checks. They are employees of an employer. Why don't they just punish?
Adam Silver saying no more Mr. Nice Guy would be like Aaron Rodgers saying no more Mr. Narcissist. Like, it's not happening. It's impossible. This is essentially who he is at his nature. There's a reason why player empowerment has gotten so much more emboldened under his leadership. He's a very altruistic and giving and just generous commissioner of the NBA. He's not David Stern.
Okay, then he's a bad commissioner. Like, I don't know two ways to put it. If these players are not doing what you ask to make the sport and the game better and to please your advertisers, if no one's going to watch it because it stinks, then you're doing something wrong.
There has been a bit of a backlash on Adam Silver. He's had one of the better Q ratings of all the commissioners. You think about the major sports leagues. Everybody hates their commissioner, right? Roger Goodell sucks. Bud Selig has never gotten love. Rob Manfred never gets love. Who's the NHL commissioner? I don't know his name off the
I
top
don't know
of my head.
either.
But either way, again, these guys are always generally hated. Silver's the most loved, and you're saying he's doing the worst job because he's not getting the players to play.
The last name's Bettman in the NHL. I guess the only one I can think of is like Dana White gets cheered. And people like Dana White.
That's like a cult culture over there, though.
Well, yeah, because like if it wasn't for him, the league wouldn't exist. But we don't like anyone in the commissioner seats everywhere else. It's like we can get somebody else. Don't get me wrong.
We'll be good.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Whereas Dana White created UFC and made it as big as it is for the people that love that sport, love that game.
And the UFC fans are just more inclined to just have a cult-like nature for one of their people, one of their guys. Dana White's still one of their guys. You're right, though, because I wonder what happens when Dana White turns over the commissioner's seat or whatever that would look like to the next person. Now it's no longer he's one of our guys. It's more so you're the guy in charge. If you do something we don't like, well, Dana White wouldn't have did it like that.
Exactly. Oh, UFC back when Dana was in charge.
Yeah.
Oh, the good old days.
People are pining for the days of David Stern, whereas actually when David Stern was doing things like litigating out like Allen Iverson's style of clothing and whatnot, we were critical of him.
Or when he overtoned the Chris Paul Lakers trade. Wasn't that him?
Yeah, that was David Stern as well. David Stern did a lot of things for the betterment of the league and not for the betterment of his own image. He got appreciated much more like past his life when he was, when he died, obviously, than he got credit for in the middle of him actually making the NBA a more globalized game. Let's get it going. Damian, I hope you're ready. It's time for us to kick off the Get Around.
I get around. What you mean you don't know? Round and round. Check go. I get around.
Get Around brought to you today by Kaiser University. The first stop of the Get Around, though, brings us up the East Coast.
So,
next stop,
New York, Rockefeller Square to be specific, because last night was the 50-year special of SNL. I know it was Sunday night, but Theo, did you catch any of it?
Yes, man. I actually had All-Star Weekend going back and forth between SNL and the sorts. I actually fully turned off the All-Star game once E40 started telling me when to go. I was like, yeah, well, it's about time to go, E40. It's about time to go. I'll tell you when I'm going to go, and it's right now as you're singing this annoying-ass song with some kind of weird techno beat in the background. Much love for E40, but that was a little bad. Back to SNL 50, though, CCAT. That's kind of special that they got the 50 years, and it's also really nice to see that they got everybody back together and all the celebs in the house and whatnot for a big night of celebrating what has been such a staple in culture. I will say, I wonder how much longer SNL has of being as relevant as it's been. And I do wonder how many people today, like the kids, actually care about SNL outside of the few digital skits they see. Nobody's watching that live no more.
Yeah, no one really is watching it live anymore, which is funny because of the name of Saturday Night Live, where it's a clip show, where the good segments go viral online, and people always talk about the Nate Bargatze sketch, where when he was a founding father, talking about the things that don't make sense about America, and almost establishing, like, we have a name for 3 feet, but nothing other than 3 feet. It's a yard and a foot. So people know those sketches, but don't actually watch the show live. The show kind of stunk. Yeah. The show was really bad. It was very just kind of for the people that were creating it. That show existed, not for the audience at home. You're making the celebrities happy with their cameos. You're making the former cast members happy with the sketches that they were in.
Yeah.
There were a couple of good moments, I thought, reflecting on their skits and jokes that would be cancelable.
That was a good one.
Out of bounds nowadays they did make back in the day, where I didn't think that they would go that in depth, talking about questionable makeup and questionable words being used.
That was woo.
See, I love that.
It got deep.
That's what comedy is. It makes you uncomfortable, and you're in a safe space to laugh at these things. I thought that was good, but that was really the only bright part for me. I know Eddie Murphy played a pretty good role with Will Ferrell.
That was a great one with Keenan.
Yeah, but I had the NBA All-Star Game always on the second screen, no volume, until Mr. Beast came out. And then I had the SNL on the big screen with volume. That was my viewing experience last night.
Mr. Beast, ever the showman. Even though I did enjoy Damian Lillard taking on that kid in the All-Star Weekend. Well, what's our next stop?
Next stop.
Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio. I feel like we go there kind of often, and every time you want to skip this trip.
Yeah, I hate this place.
Well, apparently T. Higgins is going to receive the Bengals franchise tag. That's one of the first steps to making Joe Burrow happy in Cincinnati.
No, it's also one of the first steps to trading the man. Like, that's the thing. You never give benefit of the doubt to a organization that has historically been cheap and also historically been poorly run. Never give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to do the right thing. The right thing is to pay T. Higgins. The right thing is to keep that core together of Higgins, Chase, and Burrow, because I do believe Burrow is better when he has 2 number ones on the outside. You're going to make him deficient without it. But the Bengals never do the right thing. So I would actually say this is step one to them trading Higgins, ticking off Joe Burrow, who now – have you seen the stuff with Burrow? Like, he's been studying the NFL salary cap to see what machinations they can come up with to keep this core together. He's working for the front office right now.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Like, when people were asking him around Super Bowl week about what the Bengals could and should do, he was giving real well-thought-out plans. It's like, no, dude, you need to figure out how to beat cover 2. That's not your job. And that's how you know the Bengals are a bad organization, when your quarterback has to turn into a faux GM. It's ugly out there in Cincinnati, man.
It is ugly out there. You think it's better to keep those core 3 together on the – obviously Joe Burrow is going to stay, but keep those 2 receivers paid, happy, fed, and healthy.
Yeah.
I would say get one of them and then use that money that you're not going to spend on the other on the defense, because, I mean, you can't rely on your offense to score 40-plus every single game and expect to win in this league. It's just not possible.
I would say this, though, to that. Be careful what you wish for, because Joe Burrow is not in the same class of those other elite quarterbacks in the AFC. And if you take away some of his talent around him and bolster up the defense and all those things, you might find out you're working at a deficit and put yourself even, now you're getting less entertained and less wins.
But in the interest of job security, right? If we just look at that aspect of it, if a general manager says, okay, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on offense, and now I'm going to use the money to go on defense, isn't that more permissible thinking than spending $75 for your budget on one side of the football and then your defense sucks again? It's almost like you can use Joe Burrow and that offense maybe not working or taking the chance that just Burrow, Chase, and more bargain pieces around that offense, where it would be Joe Burrow's fault if that does not work versus the GM's fault if he continue to do what you're doing now because it's not working.
I think we need time to talk about this specific Bengals situation. I think it's an intriguing off-season dilemma. We need to commit a whole segment to it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll push it to the other side as well as some other things. I think it is time. Is it time we depart to get around?
We got one more stop.
One last stop. Where are we headed to?
Next stop.
We're going to Kaiser University because that's the home of champions.
That is the home of champions. They're all over the flagship campus of Kaiser University in West Palm Beach. The Kaiser Seahawks have now won 22 national titles and counting, including back-to-back in men's lacrosse, back-to-back as well, or three straight, in NAIA women's swimming and diving. They pulled a Mac McClung in the pools for the women's swimming and diving. And then you got the 2023 NAIA football national championship before they, of course, make it back to the title game in 2024. KU has more than 60 regular season and conference title championships. We're talking postseason play prolific. We're talking regular season play dominant. We're talking KUSeahawks.com. That's how you can catch up with the rest of Kaiser Seahawks athletics. KUSeahawks.com. Tap in with the good people. They'll show you how they hashtag defend the beach. On the other side, we get to the happy hour. We welcome in Espresso Martina, and it's going to be a great time. We are out here at the Plaza for SoFi Center outside of a TGL Monday. I believe the Atlanta Drive and LA Golf Club have wrapped up. Do we have a winner for that match, CK?
It went to overtime, and it was exhilarating. I believe there was a hole out. If you remember how the overtime went, which you were here for the Jupiter overtime event, where it's a chip-off essentially. Try to think of a chip-off shootout style in basketball.
Close to the pin. And we'll give the winner on the other side in the happy hour. I was going to ask, who won? Who won? Atlanta won. The Atlanta Drive won in the closest to the pin. More happy hour, more Theoretically Speaking on the other side, and we solve the Bengals' problems. At CCAT, I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Experience the thrill of Formula One in Miami from May 2nd through the 4th. For the first time, one-day grandstand tickets are available. Starting at just $65, it offers all the flexibility you need for your schedule. Do you want the best value for your weekend? Grab a 3-day grandstand ticket and catch every moment of the on-track action all weekend long. Choose your vantage point all over the track with the breathtaking views of all the action. Visit F1MiamiGP.com to explore grandstand options and secure a spot at the 2025 Formula One Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix. The race that's an experience.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees in the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 20 national championships, including the 2024 Women's Swimming and Diving Championship and 2023 football, lacrosse, and men's swimming and diving titles. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest.
As market dynamics change, the quality and service you receive from your accounting firm shouldn't. Partner-owned since 1923, Anshin Accountants and Advisors take the time to get to know you and your unique circumstances to help resolve complex issues and develop innovative tax and accounting solutions tailored to meet your goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner eager for a strategy to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't. Visit ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, recalculating what's possible.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet. Home of the Miami Heat, now the new home of Inter Miami. Catch all the games and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sportsbook. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet does not win. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Mondays just got better for the men of Palm Beach County. Unlimited Auto Wash is offering $5 off any wash every Monday at all 6 convenient locations. Men's Monday at Unlimited Auto Wash. Don't miss it.
Hey, golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round in the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. I believe we just missed, but we're just feet, nay, yards away from the greatest TGL match of all times. And it is both exciting to know that, but it is also depressing because we will not be able to step into the SoFi Center until about an hour from now because we're sharing some theoretically speaking fun with you all today. It's your boy Theo Dorsey. We are in the plaza here in Palm Beach Gardens. Once again, as we enter the happy hour, we got a lot of fans pouring out of SoFi Center. What was it, LA Golf Club versus the Atlanta Drive, and apparently, again, it was exhilarating. We'll get to how the rule changes helped impact, which was a great finish, but then also how we have another rule change in store for TGL. C-Cat's right here next to me. Damian Perez is on the other side of the glass back in the studios on the ones and the twos, and we welcome in, can I get some applause for this one as well, Damian? We welcome in Tina, who, by the way, she pulled up as the show was starting, which I will say I commend you for it because you were fashionably late. We could have hit her with a nice outfit when she pulled up, though, CK. That's what we should have did.
Hey, nice outfit, Tina.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome in, Tina. Can I get the applause? Tina! Everybody. How's it going? So, by the way, y'all, Tina texted this morning and told us to get here at 11 a.m. She pulls up right at 2.
I did ask you guys to.
I know. I'm kidding. There's reasons why. Tina had other things to do before the show. Tina, before we get into all of this, we got to get into this big TGL match that happened, the new rules, how that impacted it. I want to get your perspective on something. If somebody walks up to you who you don't know, a stranger, and they stop, so they make it a point to stop, look at you, engage you, and they say, nice outfit, and then they keep going, would you take that as a compliment?
For me, yes. I think, because I do that to people all the time. I will go out of my way to tell, it's mostly females, so
Yes.
be like, I love your dress.
That's different. I didn't say that.
I know. But
Nice
but I
outfit.
think, I would think if someone's coming to me to tell me they like my outfit, they mean it.
Yeah.
I think in C-Cat's situation, they were making fun of him.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
They were totally making fun of you.
We'll rehash the situation where
Yeah.
2 college-age young men approached me in their golf cart. I was by myself. I was outmanned.
He says it like a police report almost, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an intimidating situation where a guy looks at you, smirks, and says, "Nice outfit." That's all he says, and drives away.
Skirts
They
off,
were
too.
talking about you like the whole car ride up to you, they're talking about you.
Using words I can't say on the
Yeah.
air. They were being mean to me.
And guess what, Tina? You know what CCAT said in response to it?
What?
Thank you.
Did you think it was genuine?
I was caught off guard. Listen, they called me with my pants down, essentially. I was not prepared for the situation.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing when someone gives some sort of a compliment. Just an automatic thank you, and we survive in advance to the next time. We'll learn from the situation.
When you don't expect things sometimes like that to happen, do you just black out and have no idea what you said?
Yeah, it's like word association.
Yeah. When someone's like, "Oh, have a great day," I don't know. I feel like it's at the grocery, "Oh, have a great day," or need anything else, and I'd be like, I'll say it right back to them, be like, you don't actually need, I can't say this back to you.
Like, have a safe flight, and you tell them
you too. I'm like, oh.
Or enjoy the movie at the ticket counter, and you say you too.
Yes.
That guy's working. He's not going to watch the movie, but you automatically say you too. Yeah.
I got a bone to pick with those people. People in the airports that do it, the Uber drivers that do it, the people at the grocery store, I have a bone to pick with them. I think they do it for their own entertainment at this point.
Oh, they're baiting it?
I think they're baiting it. Why not just tell me to have a good one? All right, have a good one. If everybody just says have a good one, we'll be fine. I say you too, because I can be talking about anything. You can keep it generic. You know it's awkward when you say have a safe flight or have a nice flight, and then I have to say you too, and now we're in this weird little, I messed up. Stop baiting me into that and just say have a good one, and I'll say you too, and we're good.
I think it's just natural. You're at the airport. Have a safe flight. That's what you're there for.
If you work at the airport, you have said have a safe flight or have a nice flight to enough people who have said you too and have had that awkward interaction to know that it's always a good chance. What percentage of have a nice flights from let's say the person that takes your bag at the front, what percentage of those, the concierge, what percentage of those do you think is generally met with a you too? It's got to be over 10 to 15.
Yeah, which is too much.
That's way too
Think
much.
about the foot traffic in the airport.
Yes. And you're saying have a nice flight to everybody? Stop saying that. Just say have a good one. If everybody just agreed, CCAT is trying to do this whole reform of making compliments more common.
You know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to compliment people that walk by.
How many people does he have to compliment? CCAT said he wants people to make compliments more normal. He wants to normalize complimenting people so that situations like his aren't thought of as sarcastic.
Yes.
CCAT
yes, we're going to compliment more people so that
volition.
No compliment can be met with malice and confusion and mixed signals.
Yeah.
Where if all compliments are taken as compliments, then we're in a good place as society.
And this is one of the most ill-fated, most pessimistic dudes on ESPN 106.3, and he's turning heel on this. I'm curious to you, Tina, how many people does he have to compliment today here at TGL? We have to put a number on it.
I feel like we need not just today, we need a month. For CCAT has to compliment someone.
Start small.
It starts today, but we need CCAT to do something every day. For me to believe that he's changed.
How about this? 3 compliments a day, and you have to at least report one of them to us in the chat or on the show if we have a show that day. You have to be, and they have to be genuine compliments. Don't just say oh, it's a nice shirt. Be like, yo, oh, I love the branding on that on those shoes you got there, man. It's really cool.
What if, for instance, I don't like what Tina's wearing? Am I forced to compliment what she's wearing?
No,
okay.
you need to be genuine. Don't do that. Actually say a compliment that you mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got to think about something Tina did today that was something I can compliment.
So you don't like her outfit?
Tina, your hair looks nice today.
Okay, thank you. I feel like it looks like this every day, but.
Tina, you know what? Sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it, girl.
Yeah, that's a pretty good compliment.
Yeah.
I can do that.
It doesn't have to be me though. It can be anyone.
I do want to make note that he does not like your outfit.
No, I know he decided my hair on the whole outfit. Yeah.
I like the pants though, honestly.
Thank you.
It's a nice pattern.
Thank you.
It's a nice, cool pattern there. You could have gave the pants some love.
Every new guest we have, or just a guest that we have, I have to somehow find a way to compliment them, even if they're over the phone.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that. Hey, man, thanks for being on time today.
Yeah.
You are so punctual.
Yeah. Hey, nice diction, Mike T. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Your voice is soothing this morning.
Mike T, you know what? Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Yeah.
You easily could have said no, but you said yes. Thank you for that, man. You're very generous.
Well, he's contractually obligated, so then you'd be lying to him. Theoretically speaking, here from TGL SoFi Center, the party is popping here in the plaza, man. We got about at least 100 or so odd fans out here having a good time, and you could be part of the party as well if you pull up to the plaza and have some fun as well. We got 2 more matches here, man.
Oh, we got 2 more. We have a full day of TGL.
Yeah.
We're used to getting snack-size bits of TGL action where it's always primetime at night, one match.
And for people that don't know, for people that don't know what TGL is, too, by the way, just real quickly, it's the virtual golf, right? It's the golf that Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy have brought here to Palm Beach Gardens. It is aired, obviously, on ESPN. It is aired live on ESPN. But it is. You hit the ball into the screen, and you get the green zone. You have the fan interaction. You have a great time. And you also have my favorite part of TGL. This is week 6 of TGL, right? The first season of this new virtual golf product. And already, just 6 weeks in, they are not reluctant to change. They are being versatile. They are being adaptive. And we already have a new rule that literally, its first match in action, provided the kind of fireworks you would want from TGL. CCAT, this is not just the future of golf, but dang it, it's the present. And I want you to instruct people on this, on what the hammer rule is, because some people are confused about what the whole hoopla is around that.
So previously, there was one hammer.
Yes.
And depending on the result of the coin toss, one team started with the hammer. And if you throw the hammer, it makes the hole 2 points if the other team accepts it.
Yes.
If the other team does not accept the hammer, they concede the hole, and the team that threw the hammer wins the hole automatically.
Just 1 point, though, yes.
Just 1 point, yes. But if the other team accepts it, now it's the stakes are ramped up and it's worth 2.
And once the hammer is thrown, what happens to said hammer?
It goes to the other team.
Right, so it's one hammer, it goes back and forth.
It goes back and forth. If you never throw the hammer will never change hands.
Yes.
And the problem that was being found out through the sample size that we've had so far is if the team that leads first, that gets out to any sort of lead, they really have no incentive. There's no reason to throw the hammer and give a team that's trailing a chance to overtake you.
Right.
Give them a better chance at scoring 2 points.
So you would hold the hammer?
You would hold the hammer if you're leading. There's never a reason to throw the hammer if you're on top.
Because just match play golf, you can only win 1 point per hole unless a hammer is involved.
Yeah.
It's like being able to it's like high school basketball. Since there's no shot clock, once you get a lead, you can kind of just hold the ball and pass it around if they can't take it from you.
Exactly. So what did TGL do? They said, you know what? We've had enough sample size. We've seen this little bit of a flaw in the system. Let's fix it. Why don't we fix it? On Valentine's Day, TGL dropped their new rules about specifically the hammer.
Nice.
And now it's a little bit different. Now both teams start with 3 hammers.
Nice.
Wow.
And they can throw them whenever they want.
At any point. 15 holes, right? 15 holes on a match.
15 holes in a match. You can only throw 1 hammer per team on a hole, so the max a hole can be worth is 3. If both teams throw a hammer on the hole for some reason, that can happen. Maybe on a long par 5, the scales tip back and forth on who has the advantage. But yes, so we are guaranteed to see so many more hammer throws per match. And judging by how electric of an event it was the first game with these rules, it's going to greatly improve what the TGL product is. So 3 holes per team, 3 hammers.
3 hammers per team per match. And you get to throw them at will depending on the situation in the match. Here's what I'll say. Number 1, we just had LA Golf Club play against the Atlanta Drive. I heard the roaring from inside the arena out here in the plaza. That's how I know it was exciting. We also had fans that pulled up to the plaza for this next match that came early. That's why it's great on this President's Day that we have match after match after match. They came and they watched on the big Jumbotron. Everything happened live. We weren't able to see it, but we did get a report back. And apparently, Atlanta Drive was trailing by a few points with only a few holes to go. They used the new hammer rules to get back into contention. They tie it up on the very last hole, and that sent it into overtime. And I absolutely love the overtime. I actually was here for the very first overtime match in TGL Golf. That was Tiger versus Rory match. And the way it works is you just do closest to the pin. It's almost like penalty kicks in soccer, but closest to the pin with 3 different golfers, and you go person by person. So you can either win 2 out of 3, you can win 1 out of 3 and lose it, but there has to be a winner because it's an odd number. So here today, we had a great finish, CCAP, but I think we have a new inception of what a rule could be to make this even better based off what happened.
Exactly. Tommy Fleetwood, of course, closest to the pin in a chip-off.
Yeah.
It's simple. He just, like you said, shootout style.
Yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood chipped in, which is not easy on these greens whatsoever. Undulating green, it's very difficult. he chipped in. So he won that side of the shootout, unless, of course, Patrick Cantlay also chipped in. Then
Right.
we'd have a push, and it'd be very awkward. But I think that chipping in should be like catching the golden snitch in Harry Potter. Auto win. If you're in overtime and you're in the shootout style, back and forth, if you chip in, you win.
Is that a Harry Potter reference? Did Mike Rizzo just take over CCAT's microphone?
Hey.
Am I hearing this right?
More than Mike will understand that. What are some other sports where there's an automatic win clause? Is there?
So think about football. It's like a field goal extends it, but a touchdown wins it in the regular season when it comes to overtime, right?
So a safety wins it?
Soccer.
It's a golden goal, like sudden death overtime, I guess.
Yeah, that's different, though, because it's not like that's the rule for everybody, right? It's a sudden death overtime versus if you do penalty kicks in soccer, there's nothing special you can do on a goal to not just win 1 point over the next guy. I don't know if there's a sport where one action that is
so special,
so rare. Like that would be like if in basketball a half-court shot in overtime ends it.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's very close to that.
Yeah. But the difference is in basketball, you're not just heaving up half-court shots, whereas in golf, in TGL, when you're trying to play close to the pin, you are aiming to make it. It's just really impossible to do so, and you're trying to get closer to the pin. I don't know if there's a parallel in sports, but what I can tell you is the new rule TGL should invoke, if you drain it, whoever does it first, if you drain it in a closest to the pin competition, the match ends right there. That's the golden goal. You can call it the goal. I don't know what you call it because, damn it, I don't know enough golf terms.
Well, what about if you're the first one that goes?
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
over.
next person in your round should at least get to go.
Nope.
Really?
It should be that crazy. Because it's not going to happen.
So put it this way. So let's pretend it is actually soccer. It's a shootout.
Yeah.
Go back and forth. If there was like a target the size of a dime, and it was in the upper right-hand corner or something very difficult to do, and Messi hits that first, you're not going to allow the other team to retort to also try to hit that thing first?
No, because I would say the advantage you give for somebody being able to not only accomplish this feat, but to go for that feat is worth the risk of going forward and failing.
That's true. And going second is a decided advantage in a closest to the pin competition because you know what you're trying to do.
Yeah, now
if this guy chunks a chip and it's off the green 60 feet away, you just got to get it on and you win
That's your advantage.
So that is an advantage that you do have. It's a good point.
Second person in a close to the pin has the advantage of the knowledge of knowing what they need to be able to do. So the first person's advantage is if you sink it, the match is over. And I don't care if in this closest to the pin, because the way it works is there's 3 different closest to the pins. You can win one, lose one, then win the third one. If you lose the first one, let's say my teammate is CCAT. He goes up against Tina in the first one. Tina, you win, and we're second. So I got to either extend this thing to a third closest to the pin match with our third guy, or I have to even – or y'all lose it, really. And if I hit it in, it's match over. Even though y'all already won the first round, it's match over. We win because I actually drained the closest to the pin. That adds more thrilling excitement to it, and I think that should be the new rule. So we'll get that by – you were instrumental. CCAT was instrumental, actually, in getting the hammer rules revised.
Yeah.
I brought it up to management.
Yeah.
I said, hey, listen.
I appreciate you.
I love everything that's going on in TGL. Just this one little thing. You think we could see this fixed, see this tweaked a little bit? Because people like the hammer. Let's give people more of the hammer. And at first – I was met with a little bit of resistance.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, just had to play the waiting game. 4 weeks later, and bang, hammer rules changed.
When people like the hammer, you got to give them more of what they want, and I'm not going to stand in the way of that, Tina. Tina, you are pulling up for the happy hour here. You helped us out with the nice compliment stuff, but I do think that you have something bigger and brighter on your mind there.
Really? Do I?
Yeah.
The cocktail of the day?
Yeah. Well, I thought that do we have a cocktail of the day?
Yeah, we do.
Okay,
it's actually the hammer cocktail. I don't know where you were going right there.
That's on Theo, Tina. That really was on Theo. I have no idea what you were insinuating there.
Well, her when I looked over at her eyes lit up.
Well, yeah, because you were talking to her.
Well, that's it. I've talked to her 18 times in this hour, and so far she's never lit up like that. You're right. Here's the thing. I had one way I was going, and I backed off of it because I thought she had something to say. That's why I said.
Oh, okay.
I know. I was like, I don't know.
The reaction. If you were watching the YouTube chat, you'll see it. If you can play that back, I look over at Tina to tee her up for one thing. She gives me a reaction as if she has something she wanted to say. So then I kind of I opened it up. I kept it general enough for you to insert Tina's thought there. But instead, how about you give us the cocktail of the day before I continue to screw this hour up.
You're good. I wonder, though, if Atlanta is celebrating with the Hammer cocktail.
What's the Hammer cocktail?
The Hammer cocktail is peach schnapps, Malibu coconut rum, and some 7-Up soda. The Hammer cocktail.
See, I'm not a big rum guy, but that drink actually sounds pretty delectable.
Yeah.
I would sit back. I would drink that by a pool, by a beach. It's a fruity. Peach is a very underrated fruit and
love
flavor.
peaches.
It doesn't get used enough.
Yeah, I feel like the actual fruit, like eating the fruit, it's got to be perfect. A perfect peach is hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's really hard to get a perfect ripened fit for eating peach.
Peach flavoring in like cocktails and stuff. Like I'll never forget one of my favorite cocktails that my wife and I, we do a lot of happy hours at home. One of my favorite craft cocktails we made were using, I forget what it was called, but it was like a mezcal, and it was peaches that we actually had to put into a cast iron skillet and almost kind of like burn a little bit there and cook in the juices. It was amazing.
I think
peach mango mix.
I think that was my favorite cocktail you made too, because I saw you post it on your Instagram,
good.
and it just looked amazing.
It's like
and
smoked
fabulous.
peaches.
Yeah.
Smoked peaches is what it really is. That's instead of it's pretty much what you're doing. You're smoking the peaches on a cast iron skillet, and they work very well as a garnish as well as a main flavor in a cocktail. So I love that the Hammer is peach infused, and I would tell the Atlanta team, which I think they're playing the next match, right?
Yep.
They're playing the Bay at 4. So if they are celebrating with some Hammer cocktails, I would hope they hurry up and wrap those up soon so it doesn't mess up the game.
I mean, not to get too much into the TGL, but there's a tournament winner from yesterday. Ludwig Oberg won the Genesis yesterday. He kind of rose that trophy at like 6 o'clock Eastern time.
Really?
And less than 24 hours later, he'll be teeing off with the Bay Golf Club. He's with Wyndham Clark and Minwoo Lee, so he's had a busy 24 hours.
Yeah, also Steph Curry, MVP of All-Star Weekend, MVP of the All-Star Game on Sunday. That's his team, the Bay Golf Club. He's one of the owners and investors in it. So I wonder if we're going to get a chef appearance. I would imagine coming off of All-Star Weekend, he probably wants to spend time with family, though.
That could be it, but also, like, wouldn't this be the time for him to come out for a game, like, during All-Star Weekend? Because it'd be busy during the season, and the TGL season will end before the NBA season.
One thing that we know about NBA All-Stars, number one, they don't want to compete in the All-Star game. Number two, they appreciate having somewhat of a break around this time of the year because it's like a lot of back-to-back action.
We're not asking him to, like, lift heavy weights here. We're just asking him to come watch golf, and he loves golf.
You're asking him to fly 6 hours from coast to coast, from the Bay here, for 1, maybe 2 days of golf to fly right back to the Bay to rejoin the Warriors.
He'll get to come here, taken 2 different the Bay Golf Club matches because they're playing at 4 and 7 o'clock. That is not too much to ask for Steph Curry. I'm sorry.
I feel like today would be the day. It's 2 matches.
Mad at Steph Curry.
I am mad at Steph Curry, and he might be here right now. And so
I was about to say,
I'm mad if he makes that decision not to come.
Talk lightly. Again, Steph Curry literally 16 hours ago, right here he is with his Kobe Bryant trophy, All-Star MVP. He's worn out from a weekend of taking pictures with fans and kicking it at parties and events and playing basketball, and you want him literally right afterwards to come out across the country and watch him play some golf.
Private flight. Yeah, come on.
I will say this. I would prefer it if Steph Curry was here today, Tina. It would be cool for him to pull up.
It would be cool. It's interesting
doubt
to
it.
see the celebrities that do, like, come to TGL.
Yeah. Some big names, too.
Yeah.
They've got some really big names that have come out here, and I would assume the same for today. I think Serena Williams was in there for the first game.
You know, it's too perfect because Steve Ballmer is also a part owner of a team out west.
Are you going to demand him to come, too?
Everyone from out west.
Share a flight.
Share a flight.
Exactly. Like, you don't need any connections, no charter, no strings to be pulled for Steph Curry. If he wanted to be here, he'd be here. He doesn't want to be here. I think he might be here.
I was about to say, this would be hilarious if, like, as we're talking about it, like, there's an announcement in the arena right now about, like, Steph Curry making an appearance or something. There's a tweet out there somewhere of Steph here in Palm Beach Gardens.
Or if it'd be funny if I could kind of pulled us out, like, hey, can we get you Steph on the air? Like, soon, like, yeah, hey, Steph, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
He's going to totally flip. That'd be right in line with CCAT. So we have to come up with how many compliments a day CCAT's going to come up with, plus the parameters around said compliments. And to be honest with you, the good thing about a compliment is they are universal. You can do them anywhere. They are essential to the I would say the ego of people, to their happiness, to their joy. So you're going to be doing a good thing. Another team that does a good thing on a daily basis is Culligan. I always say, hey, Culligan, man. when I do these reads, I usually push the button because I don't say it as great as the lady, but I don't know if Damien knows where that button is.
That's my fault.
So instead, I'll just tell him about how it's also not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet. But I will tell you this, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about the plastics and pharmaceuticals now that are in the water here specifically in Florida, infesting the very water in which you drink, you use the shower with, you wash your dishes with? Well, the team at Culligan understands this, and they can help remove this from your water. Culligan offers free water testing and reverse osmosis systems that's designed to actually filter all these contaminants out right at the source. Culligan's also been helping out the local community since 1936. So get your free water test today like I did, and you likely will be getting some Culligan equipment installed at your house to get your water from wrong to right, rocking with the Culligan folks. They've been doing it since 36. They can do yours today, not just here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, across the nation. Get your free water test today at Culligan.com. That is Culligan.com. Just say, hey, Culligan man.
Mind if I stop by?
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Stop by, take a shower at your place?
Yeah, no, it's wide open. I got a guest bathroom, and that water is softened as well, and also it's decontaminated.
All right, good. Now I can say I've got a water guy, and it's not that
Yeah.
it's Theo. Yeah, I got a guy who's got really good water in his apartment.
I'm known for that now, man. Freshly installed. And to be honest with you, the coolest thing about having that system outside now that is installed that I know is helping out the water in the crib, it's almost like a point of pride on both angles. Every time I turn a faucet on, I can feel it. I can feel the difference, and then I also see the difference. I see my systems. It's pretty cool. This, too, the coolest part about my Culligan setup, and y'all are going to love this when y'all do pull up, there's a button you can push for the drinking water on my faucet in the kitchen, but it's a button that's not attached to anything. You can pick it up. You can move it around. I can move it to a counter.
Oh.
You click the button, and the water turns from just nice softened water to the actual drinking water that is purified and good for you through the reverse osmosis system. It's great stuff.
That's
bells
fancy.
and whistles. Yeah, seriously.
It
Jeez.
lights up and everything. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Couldn't wait to show my wife how to use it. She thought I was like some kind of genius. It's the first time I ever felt like Steve Jobs, man. First time I felt like Steve Jobs. Just inventive. Nah, I didn't install it myself. Thank you again to Culligan. On the other side, we have the midday midterms. We're going to be grading, assigning some grades to some things, as well as we are nearing the very next TGL match. More on that, more kicking it, more vibes in the happy hour. That's Tina. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
South Florida's one and only PGA Tour event returns to the Champion Course at PGA National, February 26th through March 2nd. The Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches will deliver a best-in-class on-site experience featuring a variety of fan amenities alongside the premier competition. Kids 15 and under are admitted free with a ticketed adult. This can't-miss event is right around the corner. Buy your tickets now at thecognizantclassic.com.
Finally, it's time to focus on what really matters. Basketball season. It's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and I'm thrilled to say that ESPN 106.3 is your home for the Miami Heat. Yes, every dunk, every clutch shot, and every win. Heat culture.
Improve your golf game fast at the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center has the facilities, tools, and coaching you need. Enjoy the best facilities in the area with an expansive chipping and putting area, practice bunkers, a huge putting green, plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with 3 hitting bays, cutting-edge analysis technology, and more. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center in the heart of Palm Beach County off I-95 and the Turnpike. Find out more at KaiserGolfCenter.com.
The 2024 Land Rover Discovery, built for those who seek both adventure and luxury. With 2.9% APR for 48 months, now is the perfect time to drive into your next journey. For well-qualified buyers, that's as low as $17.92 a month per $1,000 financed. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today off Okeechobee Boulevard, or head over to LandRoverPalmBeach.com and take home the 2024 Discovery today.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. ESPN 106.3 is locked in on college basketball. Tonight, Monday Night Hoops gets serious as Duke heads to Virginia for an ACC showdown. The Blue Devils bring the flash, and the Cavaliers bring the grind. It's Duke and Virginia. Coverage begins at 7:30 right here on ESPN 106.3.
This is ESPN 106.3's Mike Rizzo. Recently, I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Michael Stark, a spine surgeon in the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. When it comes to spine injuries, Dr. Stark says there can be a misconception.
It's broad. Everyone thinks back would just be pain, but that's not always the case. In the spine is all your nerves, your spinal cord and your nerves that come out into the lumbar spine. Problems that you can see with those aren't just pain necessarily. Those are the more obvious, but you can see numbness. Patients can come in without pain, but they may have weakness in their leg or in their arm. And that may be from a pinched nerve that's higher up in the spine somewhere. So those are usually more alarm type symptoms where I would say you need to get evaluated. But it could also be something simple like a muscle strain or pull where it would end up with back pain or tightness that could result in symptoms prompting care.
That's Dr. Michael Stark with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362 or go online to pbhnphysiciangroup.com.
Hey, y'all get some more drinks going on. I sound a whole lot better.
That's good, Cal. That's good. Oh,
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We're actually outside of SoFi Center. We were just yards away from what you just heard there, which I believe was Tommy Fleetwood holding out on the closest to the pin.
Exactly. Tommy Fleetwood hold out, but still, LA Golf Club, who he plays for, didn't win in overtime.
That's kind of crazy.
He just won that round. Atlanta Drive won the other two.
That's crazy. So Tommy Fleetwood not getting it done. The Atlanta Drive wins the match, serving up LA Golf Club their very first loss of this TGL opening season. I'm Theo Dorsey, that's C-Cat. We are in the happy hour here on Theoretically Speaking. We're in the plaza in Palm Beach Gardens outside of SoFi Center. We kicking it, baby. It's a good time, and always a good time. Not necessarily going to be a place where you're watching live sports in person, but you can watch the live sports on the 80 or more television screens. That is Duffy's Sports Grill. Once again, Duffy Sports Grill voted the best sports grill in 2024 with their award-winning burgers and award-winning wings, plus a weekday lunch deal, right? That includes the Duffy's Double Play starting at just $7.99. And, of course, you got the Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every single day. Make sure you sign up for free to get your Duffy's MVP card. You can become an MVP like me, Steph Curry, and my guy, C-Cat. You become an MVP online today, just Duffy'sMVP.com. Start earning those rewards today. All your favorite sporting events, games, all-star weekends, and all the whatnot on those 80 or more televisions at every single location. Duffy's Sports Grill is the place to be. You'll never miss a minute of the action. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. At Duffy's, our game is always on. We continue the happy hour. I can't just go on without making this mention of this stat, and then we can get into midday midterms. This tweet from Polymarket Sports, not sure if they're real or not, but the stat looks verified. It says, for NBA All-Star Weekend, specifically Sunday, there were 2 hours and 26 minutes of commercials and breaks, and those breaks would include things like Mr. Beast doing activations with fans, Kevin Hart having very ill-timed jokes, I would say, because the players were not really having it. They were not entertained by it, though Kevin Hart is still a funny guy. We got to stop kidding ourselves.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's funny. There's just a time and a place, and it kind of it went a little bit overboard. We're a little oversaturated. So 2 hours and 26 minutes of commercials and breaks, only 33 minutes and 41 seconds of the actual All-Star game time.
Oh.
That's a problem. That's an issue.
That's like the definition of the phrase losing the plot.
Yeah.
Like, this is about basketball, and now it's not at all. It's the furthest thing from it, where if you're a basketball fan, you should have hated Sunday night.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem. Basketball enthusiasts, the people that swear by just hoops, sucked for them. The entertainment value wasn't that strong because, well, it was a little tired. It wasn't fresh. It wasn't like new good jokes. There were moments, but it wasn't great. And on top of that, we still didn't get the level of competition you would have wanted. All-Star Weekend for the NBA, still king of all other All-Star sports, All-Star events, but it did not live up to what you want the hype to be.
No, not at all.
To say.
That's going to be one of the topics on midday midterms.
Oh, well, that's fine. Well, let's go ahead and get that going then, because midday midterms today in the happy hour is going to be brought to you by Metrim. How about some midday midterms, Damian? Okay, I hear it. There it is. Yeah. Midday midterms here on Theoretically Speaking. CCAT's going to give the, I would say, the topic, the test. And Tina, you and I, we get to grade it.
Love it.
Should be fun.
All right, first up, boys and girls, grade 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend as a whole.
I got to grade this with a curve because, honestly, what the hell else is going on, not just with the history of the NBA's All-Star Weekend in the past decade, but also other All-Star events. I'm actually going to give it a B. A solid B.
Okay. Tina, did you watch any of it?
The only thing I saw was Tyler Hero win three-point contest, so I'm going to give it a D because Tyler Hero won, so he can go up a letter grade, but I would say an F because I didn't watch anything.
Can I say this? It's time to retire the slam dunk contest. When a G Leaguer wins it 3 years in a row, I think we're good on that.
He had some really good dunks, though.
Yeah, I think it's time.
I think that there is a fundamental flaw with the dunk being good in replay versus watching it for the first time.
Yes.
And when you try a dunk with, what's his name, Stephon Castle, who was trying a dunk, and it was an impressive dunk. But when you try 10 times and you get the 11th, the crowd will not react abrupt, like they just won't.
We saw it's no element of surprise there.
Exactly.
I do agree with you on that. Dunk contest, though, has been we've stripped all the joy from around it because the stars are not participating in it. So thank you, LeBron. And also Ja Morant. Quickly on Ja Morant, I grade him an F. And I know you didn't even make him a topic here. I give him an F grade because he did the lamest thing ever, and that was tweet out that now Mac McClung has him wanting to join the dunk contest. NBA stars, the more you keep on teasing and edging the slam dunk competition, saying, oh, I might do it if this, and if this happens, then this. Shut the hell up. Either get in the dunk contest or don't. Nobody cares about what you might do just so you can get some engagement on your Twitter.
Next up, we're going to grade Mr. Beast. Because, Theo, I know you love Jimmy Donaldson and the empire that he built. You are the #1 fan of Mr. Beast games on Amazon Prime after you finished going home with Tyler Camlin. Next up on the queue was Mr. Beast games.
He gets an F.
An F?
An absolute F. No stage presence. He made me feel weird when he was talking. I didn't get it. I didn't get his whole shtick. I guess I haven't watched any of it, so maybe I'm just sticking the mud guy. I'm not trying to denigrate what he has going on. But for somebody who talks and makes content for a living, I just did not see the pull.
Wow.
In fact, he made me, in a competition that I was actually excited to see, like, oh, my God, Damian Lillard versus a random fan. Which one of them can make 3 shots before one makes the one? Like, I was excited to see it, and he actually kind of made it weird.
Tina, were you aware of Mr. Beast before I don't know. Do you know who Mr. Beast is?
I know who Mr. Beast is. I've seen a few of his YouTube things.
Yeah.
I also watched a few episodes of his Amazon Prime show. I'm going to give him a B. I think Mr. Beast is more, though, like, I always hear, like, kids being so into him.
Yeah.
Like, I think, like, that is a lot of his audience.
Okay.
I didn't see what he did last night, though, and so I'm interested to see
He didn't do anything negative. It just was, like, the opposite of entertaining. I was repelled by his presence.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know what the opposite of entertaining is. It was It was almost like, you know how you see, those people get really freaked out by seeing a lot of those little, really, really small dots or like suction cups, and there's like a phobia around that.
Yeah.
I had a similar feeling within me as he was trying to like orchestrate this competition so awkwardly. Something about it just was unsettling for me.
Okay.
I've got one
Congrats
more.
to the kid for winning, though.
Boys and girls,
Took 'em
students, and graduate assistants, I've got one more thing for you to grade on midday midterms.
Nice.
Grade 3 fights in the first 10 seconds of Canada-USA hockey on Saturday.
A plus.
A+, yeah. What the hell? I didn't even watch it. I didn't know
That's
this
my
happened. But
favorite
yeah.
part about hockey.
Yeah, let's do it. I love grown men fighting, especially professional athletes. Like, who's against that?
Correct. Do you think that the code that is kept in hockey would be applicable to other sports, where these are two guys that have agreed to fight? Let's get out of the way. They know when enough is enough, and then if they don't want enough, once we step in, then they'll separate. Where if the NBA had similar rules to hockey, do you think it would go well?
You could never have fighting in the NBA because people would get uncomfortable with that. I think that the nature of hockey and the people involved in it, there's a certain level of comfort with watching them fight each other versus, like, there's a reason why the NBA litigated that out immediately.
Do you also think, too, like with hockey, like fans can't get involved? Fans
That's
are like, you can't get involved in hockey. It's literally one-on-one.
Yeah.
And if it was really any other sport, you can jump some bleachers,
Get involved.
Get involved.
The problem is, too, though, like, does anybody get called a thug in hockey for fighting a lot?
I also think having a helmet.
Does anybody? It's not a bad thing. It's like a
praised.
cool thing. They get
Yeah.
praised for it. Whereas I think in the NBA, if there was one guy picking more fights than others, his image would be tarnished a lot quicker and a lot faster than that in hockey. And I do think that there's something to the Major League Baseball not letting fights happen on their grounds as well. And in the NFL, you can't have it. I don't know why it works for the NHL, man.
I think it helps that you're on ice.
Yeah.
So, like, you almost, like, how much damage
It's
can you do?
impressive.
A little more comical?
No, well, yeah, I think seriously.
Because you have less power behind the punch?
Yes, and, like, you can't get on and ground and pound, like, things like that don't
Sometimes
really happen.
you slip.
Yes, you slip, that ends the fight, and having a helmet on means, like, you're semi-protected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why it works a little bit more in hockey, more than just the code.
Maybe. But I do grade.
But I also think
hockey fighters
I think if you have that kind of reputation of being a thug in the NBA, because if this hypothetical situation was hockey rules in the NBA, it would make you more employable. Udonis Haslem would have a longer career if people wouldn't want to beat up Tyler Hero when he drives to the lane because they know that Udonis Haslem will beat them up afterwards.
The enforcer has been litigated out of the NBA because you have to also be skilled. Like Charles Oakley would have no place in today's game. Udonis Haslem actually was the very last enforcer that made it just based off of his enforcerism by not playing any minutes at all for the Heat. That's it.
I've got one more thing to grade, but you don't get to grade it. Tina, you don't get to grade it either. Only I get to grade it. It's an A+ for Metrim MD in Palm Beach Gardens.
Nice.
Go try them out today if you are trying to lose weight. And you want to do it fast because you lose weight so fast with Metrim MD. They are the pros that control the food. They control the supplements. They had me lose 17 pounds in just 28 days. Less than a month, believe it or not, and I lost 17 pounds. I referred a friend. I've known her for a long time, known her back to the college days, and she actually is now down, breaking news, over 10 pounds in 2.5 weeks. That's right. The word is spreading. It's spreading like wildfire. Metrim MD in Palm Beach Gardens. You can do it with the injection. You can do it without the injection. It's up to you. A protein-packed diet that has you shed fat, not muscle. I didn't lose a yard off my drive. Metrim MD in Palm Beach Gardens. The office is getting busy, so stop in now. MET, the word trim, MD.com. MET, the word trim, MD.com. Go there, get your free, no-obligation consultation.
CCAT is gearing up to give out compliments left and right here at TGL. We're gearing up to also TUN too. What's going to be another great match. Happy Hour continues for Theoretically Speaking on the other side with a last call from Tina. That's Tina, that's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and I...
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
We also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
While it's not always possible to see contaminated water coming out of the faucet, the taste is difficult to ignore. And what about plastics and pharmaceuticals now in the water? The team at Culligan is here to help. Culligan offers water testing and reverse osmosis systems designed to filter out those contaminants right at the source. Culligan has been helping the local community with water issues since 1936. Schedule your appointment today at Culligan.com.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hi, this is Scott Smith of Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. I have said it many times before, and I will continue to say it for many years to come. There is never a good time for a car accident to occur, and most certainly never ever a good time to suffer injuries in any type of an accident. The accident and its overall aftermath will usually cause pain, difficulty, and stress. Florida law allows accident victims to recover compensation for such losses, injuries, and damages. But such recovery is often not obtained easily and can require a lengthy fight with an insurance company. If you've been injured in an accident, call us now. Don't delay. The initial consultation is completely free of charge. The sooner you call us, the sooner we can put our experienced legal team to work for you. Don't hesitate or pause for another minute. Our experience, knowledge, and resources could be working for you just minutes after the call. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I don't believe the Cincinnati Bengals, man. Last year, T. Higgins was the only player to get franchise tagged and not get extended with his current team. And for the second straight offseason, Cincinnati has decided to franchise tag, a non-exclusive tag on their wide receiver, T. Higgins. And this time it's supposed to be different. This time he has a new agent. This time they're supposed to be making a long-term extension to keep him with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I just don't believe him. I'll believe it when that headline comes along. If you had to franchise a guy last offseason, you couldn't get a deal done all through then and the regular season and from the end of the season to now, because it's not like the Bengals were in the playoffs. They've been sitting on their tails for a minute. Y'all couldn't get a deal done. I'm expected to think that now y'all are going to be able to get it done. Another franchise tag?
Yeah, different guy, but I guess in the number won't be agreed upon.
The Bengals, T. Higgins' new agent has been there since like December.
Yeah, that's true.
They've had all the time in the world to get a deal done. That deal is not getting done. Time now for a last call with Tina here on Theoretically Speaking's Happy Hour.
So, to stay with the hammer,
nice.
We have a quote by MC Hammer.
Huh.
And it's going to be fill in the blank.
Yes.
2 words.
Hammer time.
No.
Good.
Good job, C. Gavin.
Yeah,
No,
you're getting old.
not
That was an old.
That was good. That was good. That was
That
old
was
head.
good. That was good.
That was a great one. That was good.
That was good, C-Cat. You don't have to invent the wheel, but you might want to be the company that invents
the car.
Close.
The axle.
No, close.
Oh,
You're so close.
The tire?
No.
No, dang
the
it.
spokes.
No.
The vehicle.
No.
Okay, the company that invents the.
Think of wheels.
Oil change.
No.
Rim.
Yes!
Hey, the rims.
The
and I got it
rims.
right. That was the last call, Vatina. That was great. I love that one. A good fill in the blank for the people as they go home. Yeah, because you want to get involved on some of the money. How can I make some money on the money they making? That's all you're saying. And T. Higgins is like, how can I make some money more than just a franchise tag? How can I not get long-term security as I'm one of the best number 2 receivers
Atlanta
in
Drive, the Bay Golf Club,
the
who you
NFL.
got?
Atlanta Drive, Bay Golf, I'm going with the Bay. I mean, to lose like the Drive just did, it's hard to bounce back that quick.
Tina, who you got? Atlanta, the Bay.
Atlanta.
Okay, because they're warm. You're right. Maybe they can do that. That was fun. Russo and Rizzo next here on ESPN 106.3 from the Plaza. Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy some TGO golf.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything,